So we're also making lasagna today, and we start with 1.5 pounds of meatloaf mix, which is, John, take a look here so they can see that. Very good. Which is ground pork, ground veal, and ground beef. And so we're going to add an egg to that to start with. And we're going to add some milk. And the milk and the egg are binding agents, which you would use in meatballs. And we're not making meatballs. We don't need it all to stick together, but it also helps to keep the meat tender when you cook it. So we're just going to add salt and pepper. Salt. Now it's pepper and some salt. And oregano. And we're going to add some basil as well. So the basil you can also put through a food processor if you want. I didn't do it this time. And that's it. We're going to mix that up. Oh, you know what I'm forgetting? Hold on a second. Now I got to put some breadcrumbs in there. Come on, John. Wake up. That is going to taste delicious. You know what? I'm just going to use my hand. I'm thinking to myself, because I'm making a video, don't use your hand, but this is how I would do it. Now we're going to fry up our meatloaf mix for the lasagna. But before we put the meat in there, we're going to fry up our onions and our garlic. We have, this is 1 onion, and this is 3 little pieces of garlic chopped up. So I'm going to let this oil get hot, and then we're going to put in our chopped meat. I took that off because I thought the oil was getting too hot, so that's what I'll do if I feel like, you know, things are starting to get a little too heated. I'll just pull the frying pan right off the burner. Hi, Nicholas. Hello. How are you, handsome? I'm happy to see that smile. And so now we're going to brown this up. So I don't really like raw onions and raw garlic and really any of the recipes. I do not like raw garlic at all. That has to be cooked. And plus, it gives you really bad indigestion if you don't brown it well. All right, so now that we have our onions and our garlic brown, I'm going to add our meatloaf mix, our seasoned meatloaf mix, and I'm going to brown this while mixing the onions and the garlic into it. This takes a couple of minutes.
Yep.
So we also put sausage in our lasagna. So I have 12 sausage links, 6 hot, 6 sweet. I'm going to cook these on the barbecue. Okay. So it's really important that you cook your meatloaf mix all the way through because it's not going to continue to cook in the lasagna. When it's inside the lasagna and baking in the oven, it's really just to meld everything together. So cook it all the way through. All right, so we have our meat all ready for our lasagna. We're just going to let this cool for a while because we still got to let the sauce cook. That's got to go, you know, for quite some time. So. It's just kind of chill out time. We still got to make the cheese mixture though, and so that's next. Right, Nick James? We're going to make the cheese filling. So I have a can of ricotta. I'm going to put an egg in there. And the egg is a binding agent. There's really no other purpose for it. It's not for flavor. This is 1 block of polio part skim mozzarella. And drop that right on top. I definitely need a bigger bowl, Miss Shannon.
Oh boy.
We'll see how this is going to work. I think I'm
You gotta stir gently.
All right, or I'll just season it and put it in another bowl. All right, and I have grated cheese here. This is Locatelli Romano. I'm gonna
dump the whole
thing.
thing.
Put a generous portion of that. Dump the whole thing. You like it a lot, don't you, Shannon?
I love it.
And again, this will help bind it all together because if you just use the ricotta like right out of the can, like we did at the pizza store 100 years ago. When you bake the lasagna, the ricotta becomes very watery and will leak all over the place, and you don't want that. And so we're going to add pepper. We're going to add some salt. oregano. And that's it, right, Sean?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I got a nice size bowl right here. Bowl action. And I'm just going to mix all this up and let this sit and wait for our lasagna noodles, which we're going to cook next. Happy Easter, everybody. So now I'm going to chop up our sausage, and you chop the sausage to, you know, the size of the chunks that you like in your lasagna. You could dice it if you like. I happen to like pretty large chunks. I think that, you know, that adds, I like a nice bite to it. So I'm going to take all of my sausages. Half of them are sweet, half of them are hot. And again, these sausages are pretty hot. I like the sweet a little better than the hot.
We're opposite. I like the hot cut up smaller.
You like that? So then we'll cut them up smaller, Shannon. I mean, that's,
No. You make it how you like it.
Shannon would cut them smaller. You want them smaller, they get cut smaller, honey. Go one more time through. All right.
Yum. I gotta eat that.
Nice move.
Yep.
Veteran move right there.
Yeah, I test it, make sure it's okay.
Oh my God. Glory. Once you have all of your sausages cut, I'm going to add them to the bowl that has all of the other meat, the meatloaf mix that's been cooked. And you mix it all up, and this is going to be one of the layers in our lasagna. So this is really cool. I've done it a couple of times. What we're going to do is make the lasagna in a cake pan, and if it works, it's amazing. I mean, I've done it twice, and it came out great both times. So it's a bunt. So there's going to be a hole in the middle. How much fun is that? So, right? Is that going? Yes, there's definitely going to be a hole the way we have it set up. So I started by just crisscrossing, right? And now I am going to. Did you get that there?
Yep.
So, you know, just to back up, let's take this one off here. So I have two noodles crisscrossed in the middle, right? And now what I'm going to do is put the noodles around like that. This is going to be fabulous. Is what the lasagna looks like when you do it in a cake pan. It came out pretty good. We made it a little bit tall. I mean, it looks beautiful. I'm just going to let it sit here and rest a little bit, and then I'm going to cut a slice. We'll see how it comes out. But I think I have some high hopes, Shan. I think the lasagna came out pretty amazing. Yeah. This was a real success. I mean, that's what the slice looks like. I cut it a little bit soon. Typically, you would let it sit a little while longer.
It's beautiful.
But it really did come out great. We're going to get into this right now.